Welcome students for the heat transfer lab. Today we are going to discuss on experiment number 12, that is heat transfer through natural convection. So already we discussed previous experiment, that is forced convection. What is natural and forced convection? So directly we were going for the conducting experiment. So what is the aim of experiment? To determine the natural heat transfer coefficient from surface of the tube in both vertical and horizontal position. Okay, here the apparatus is there. Suppose it is like this. Okay, in both way, vertical as well as horizontal direction, we have to conduct the experiment for finding the heat transfer coefficient through natural convection. Okay, so apparatus is chromium plate copper tube and thermocouple and control panel and transparent acrylic enclosure. Okay, so this is the schematic diagram of free convection. So here you can observe the voltmeter reading will be there, ammeter reading, and voltage regulator will be there, and temperature indicator of multi-channel. Okay, so various thermocouples are connected at T1, T2, T3, T4 at various points. Okay, so the procedure of conducting this experiment is to keep the tube in vertical position initially and switch on the main and console and set the regulator to adjust the heat input to absorb approximately 25 watts. So wait for sufficient time to allow temperature to reach steady state and note down the temperature readings from T1 to T2, T3, T4 and T5 using channel sector and digital thermometer reading. Note down an ammeter and voltmeter readings, that will be the heat input, and tabulate the heat input and measure the temperatures and calculate the convection heat transfer coefficient using below equations, and repeat this experiment to changing the tube to the horizontal position for different heat input. Okay, so this is the tabular column from serial number 1, voltage, current, watts, temperature in degree centigrade, heat transfer coefficient in practical. One is a vertical case and horizontal. Similarly for theoretically, vertical case and horizontal case. Okay, for each heat input we are going to find out the values of heat transfer coefficient. Suppose if you are going to calculate for the practical case, so for steady state condition you have to use this formula, that is heat given to the heater is equals to heat loss from the tube surface by natural convection. So this is by energy balance equation, that is Q is equal to, or here in this case W they have taken, W is equal to H A delta T, that is H AS Tm minus Ta, where W is equal to V into I, that is voltage and current, that is the heat input. Okay, and AS is the tube surface, that is pi dl, where d is the diameter of the tube, that is 38 mm, and length of the tube is given, that is 500 mm, and Tm, that is mean temperature, we can calculate by taking all T1, T2, T3, T4 together divided by 4, you will get Tm, and ambient temperature Ta, that is atmosphere temperature. So today it may be 30, and in winter season again it may be 26, like that. So depending upon the atmosphere temperature, that is Ta we have to consider. And finally we can calculate H for horizontal. If it is the horizontal case, W is equal to AS Tm minus Ta. Okay, this is the equation for practical case. For similarly for theoretical, the theoretical value of the natural heat transfer coefficient is given by H V LC by K is equal to 0.56 into Grashof number and Prandtl number to the power of 0.25. For 10 to the power of 4 is less than Grashof number, Prandtl number is less than 10 to the power of 9. Okay, this is for the vertical position. Okay, where LC is a characteristics length, and if it is for horizontal case, the same formula for this finding the values, that is HH LC by K is equal to 0.53 into Grashof number, Prandtl number to the power of 2.25. For 10 to the power of 4 less than Grashof number, Prandtl number less to the power of 10 to the power of 9. This is for the horizontal case. Okay, where Prandtl number is mu Cp by K and Grashof number is beta G into Tm minus Ta divided by Lc to the power of cube whole divided by V square, and beta is 1 is equal to 1 divided by mean temperature, okay, in Kelvin. So now we can draw the heat transfer coefficient versus temperature also, both horizontal and vertical. This is how you are going to conduct the experiment for the natural convection. Thanks for watching this video. Hello friends, welcome to this heat transfer lab. Today we are going to conduct the heat experiment on natural convection. Already you know that natural convection is also we call it as free convection. So we are not using any external source of energy to increase the rate of cooling. By naturally whatever the availability of energy is there, that is air energy, from that only we are going to cool the surfaces. Okay, from this experiment we are conducting two varieties. One is when the console and the column will be in vertical, or else that is 90 degrees perpendicular to the surface ground, and also we can calculate for horizontal. Even we can calculate for different angle also. So let us will start this experiment by positioning at a vertical, that is 90 degree or perpendicular to the surface. Okay. Let us discuss how to conduct this experiment. Here we have to switch on the mains before starting, and let us we will start on console. Okay, and this will be kept on, and we have to wait for 10 to 15 minutes to get heated up. So here at the centrally the coil is provided. It is produces heat, and here various points you can observe the thermocouples are provided at different points. Here at different distance, length of this column, they have provided a thermocouple. This will give the readings of temperature readings. Okay. Okay. So this is already heated up that coil, and then we will start to take the readings. Okay. What are the things we have to consider for the readings? You already know we have to calculate in two ways. One is practical heat transfer coefficient. The aim of the experiment is to determine the heat transfer coefficient for the vertical as well as horizontal tube. So first let us will discuss about the practical case, that is according to Newton's law of cooling, the Q is equal to HA delta T. So where H is the heat transfer coefficient, and A is the area of the surface, and delta T is the temperature difference between the surface and the ambient. Okay. Let us will take the readings when it is vertical, and Q is by taking voltage and ammeter readings here. Okay. So this is the temperature knobs, various points here. Okay. Thermostat, this is thermostat. We have to keep it up to 110. So based on 110, so and 0.76 is the ammeter reading. So both product of this will get the power or input heat, that is Q, you will get it. So once if you Q you know, so let us we have to consider for the temperatures for various points of the column. So here through this thermocouple it indicates the temperature readings, that is T1. So okay, so let us start with this T1, 37, 32, 38, 39, 27, 15, 30. Okay, like that you will get the readings. We have to this is the temperature indicator, and by operating this knob you can find out the various temperature points from T1 to T8. Once if you know the T1 and all temperature, so you have to take these readings time intervals. Okay. Okay, this is the manual. So here the tabular column. Here voltage. See, when it is at voltage, current, and multiplication of this will get the watts and corresponding temperature. When it is positioned at vertical, what is the heat transfer coefficient at practical. To calculate heat transfer coefficient at practical, we have to use this formula. That is, according to Newton's law of cooling, Q is equal to, or W is equal to HA delta Ti, as I already told earlier, HA Tm minus Ta. Okay, so W is equal to V into I. In this case, we have to take the product of voltage and current to get the Q. So A is the surface area, that is pi d L. Okay, diameter of the tube is given and length of the tube is given, and you substitute and you get the area. And mean temperature is T1, T2, T3, T4, getting from the temperature from the indicator. Okay, so and Ta is the ambient temperature, so we have to consider 30, so 27 depending upon the climate or ambient temperature. Okay, and this is the modified expression for heat transfer coefficient. W, you know, W is in this case that is Q. Okay, so W is means heat energy. W divided by A Tm as Ta. Substitute all these value, you will get the H value. It is a practical. So when it is positioned vertical, so what is the practical H that we have to enter? Similarly, for the theoretical value, we have to find out the heat transfer coefficient. Here you will get the heat transfer data handbook. You will get this equation when it is positioned at the vertical. So this is the equation, HVLC divided by K is equal to 0.56 into Grashof number and Prandtl number to the power of 0.25 for 10 to the power of 4 is greater than Grashof number and Prandtl number. So here the equation, that HVLC divided by K is equals to 0.56 Grashof number Prandtl number to the power of 0.25 for 10 to the power of 4 less than Grashof number and Prandtl number and less than 10 to the power of 9. It is for vertical position. Okay, where LC is the characteristics length for the vertical position, so that we have to consider. Similarly, if it is for a horizontal position, see, I will show that the same reading we can show it for. Suppose if you take it in horizontal way at exactly 180 degree to the surface, so this is the horizontal position. So in this case, you have to take it for 180 or 0 degree centigrade. At the left side you can see indicator, and same procedure you have to follow for that. Okay, the same thing you have to note down the readings and use for the horizontal. LC divided by K is equal to 0.53 Grashof number Prandtl number to the power of 25 for 10 to the power of 4 is less than Grashof number Prandtl number 10 to the power of 9. This is for vertical position for the horizontal position for the heat transfer coefficient. Okay, these are all the terms, values, formula we have to consider to get the heat transfer coefficient. Okay guys, you followed this explained. Thanks for watching this video. Hello students, welcome to the heat transfer lab. Now we are going to discuss the topic, the experiment, that is heat transfer through the natural or free convection. Okay, so here the tabular columns. So in the tabular column, the voltage, current and power, that is watts, and temperatures are given T1, T2, T3, T4, and heat transfer coefficient for practical, both vertical and horizontal, and heat transfer for theoretical, there is vertical and horizontal will be there. So here what we have to do, by the help of the thermostat, we have to given input to the test material. Okay, so here the console will be considered in the vertical position. So now if it is the vertical position, what will be the heat transfer coefficient, that we have to check it out. So we are given the help of thermostat, we have set it for voltage is 120 and current is 0.8. So we'll get power input is 96 watts, and after that we'll get temperature readings. So that thermocouple wires are connected at various points at certain distance throughout the console. So here temperature is 57, 60.5, 60.3 and 60 degrees centigrade. So for the first reading, similarly you have to take the set of readings up to 5 to 6 set of readings we have to take. So I'll read out I'll consider for the calculation. So last one is 120 volts and 0.86, and voltage watt is 96 watts, and temperatures are 114.5, 121.2, 118.3, 115.8. So these are the values we got during the experiment. So now here ambient temperatures we already got it, that is T5, that is 35 degree centigrade. So observations are, the diameter is already given, that is 38 mm, so we have to consider in meter, that is 0.038 meter, and length, that is 500 mm, so we have to consider in meter, that is 0.5 meter, and power input, that is 96 watts by taking multiplication of voltage and current. So and area is pi dl, that is pi into 0.038 into 0.5, you will get 0.059 meter square. Okay, next mean temperature we have to calculate, that is T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 divided by 4, so you will get 117.4 degree centigrade. And as usual, the ambient temperature, that is T5, that is TA, that is 35.17 degree centigrade. So now you can calculate practically H is equal to W by A into Tm minus Ta. So 96 divided by 0.059 into 117.4 minus 35.1. So you will get H is equal to 19.77 watt per meter square Kelvin. So next we can calculate by, theoretically we can calculate heat transfer coefficient. So HL by K. So if the position of the pipe console is vertical, so we have to consider HV by LC divided by K is equal to 0.56 into Grashof number, Prandtl number to the power of 0.25 for 10 to the power of 4 is less than, Grashof number, Prandtl number is less than 109, 10 to the power of 9. So this is the equation we have to use, and TF is film temperature, that is Tm plus Ta divided by 2, so 117.4 plus 35.1 divided by 2, that the film temperature you will get 76.25 degree centigrade. So at this point we have to consider, we have to calculate for all various properties of the fluid. So at 76.25 you won't get direct values from the heat transfer data handbook, so we have to calculate it by using interpolation method at that point of temperature. So we have to find out the various fluid properties. First one is kinematic viscosity. We have found out that is 2.068 into 10 power of minus 5 is the kinematic viscosity, we got it. And second one at the 76.5, so we have to find out the density, that is 1.081 kg per meter cube, that is density. So at 76.5 Prandtl number we got it 0.693. At 76.25 the thermal conductivity you got it, that is thermal conductivity we have to calculate it at that point. And once if we thermal conductivity you got, so find out the Grashof number, Bg into Tm minus Ta into Lc to the power of 3 divided by mu square, that is beta is equal to 1 by Tm. Tm is mean temperature, we have already calculated, that is total 1 by Tm is nothing but 2.56 into 10 to the power minus 3, and Grashof number you substitute the values and you get the 604.11 into 10 to the power 6 value. And now you can calculate HV, that is substitute all these Grashof number, Prandtl number and other fluid properties in that equation, you will get HV is equals to 4.83 watt per meter square Kelvin. Okay, so these are the equation we are going to use for finding the heat transfer coefficient for the theoretical case. So results are, natural heat transfer coefficient by theoretical value is 19.77 watt per meter square Kelvin, and practically the value H is equal to 4.83 watt per meter square Kelvin.